Alright, welcome back to Spark Tarot. I'm your host, Mr. Benu. And we got a new angle, obviously, but I appreciate you guys being here. Earlier today we did a reading, Life Purpose. Now we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do some questions, man, and then once we ask the question, hopefully you get your answer. So, I've been shuffling. I'm going to get the overall energy, but the overall energy is going to come from you, essentially. So, ask whatever question you got going on. I'll give you some time. But as I shuffle, ask yourself the question, whatever question you want to ask yourself. But you got to have it in your mind right now. And then let's see how that energy presents itself. Because again, sometimes when you want to do something, you can't do it in a way that you want to do it. Sometimes it needs to be done in a different way. And so that is what I'm kind of been pushing today. That's the energy that I've been channeling all day, feeling all day. And it's about pivoting. You're still doing the same thing, but like, you got to do it in a different way. And so, yeah, in the last video I was saying I don't really like donations and things like that, just because I'd rather you get something out of it too, equal exchange. But then again, there are times where you should just receive. I thought about that. So I just applied for a grant, breakthrough grant. And I'm hoping that it'll help me break through so where I can do more things for y'all on more of the spiritual side. I just straight up said after that, I'm a spiritual teacher. I didn't put holistic coach, transformation, none of that. I just said I'm a spiritual teacher. And yeah, I think that was a good breakthrough for me on my own authenticity. Just for the simple fact that I was able to do something in the professional world and just come with something that seems not really professional, even though it 100% is professional. So, questions. Have that question in your mind. I'm about ready. It's funny because the sunlight just came out. It wasn't like this. It was nice. We could see everything, and then all of a sudden, this light want to come out. Let the sun shine in. Alright, I think you guys are ready. Another 5 seconds. Okay. Go ahead, get that question in your head. Again, that's the overall energy I'm going to read for everybody's questions. So again, the energy is universal. The question is specific. We're going to have to tell the story on how those two things connect. And you got to be the one to narrate it. So, okay. Have the question in your mind, please. I'm going to put mine in my head too, so then you can see how it's applied. All right. What's the overall energy? What's the overall answer to this question? What's an overall answer to this question? Okay, so Two of Wands is our overall answer. So Two of Wands is always about waiting, options. So the fact that we have the star at the bottom, this tells me that in this, it's like you're waiting on something. But then I always like to read the Two of Wands as you can turn around, and guess what? The only thing that changes is you. If you turn around, you go from holding this wand, You can drop that, turn around, you can grab another one. You already there. You already got everything that you need. You got backup plans too. You are balanced. Earlier in the earlier reading, I was talking about cross multiplication. I'm gonna have to change this light again. That's crazy. Can I do this? No. Can I do this? No. Sorry. Alright, anyways. So, here we have these two little flowers, this red and this yellow. What are this yellow? This red and this white. And what I was saying earlier today was, in the life purpose reading, you have these two things and it makes 4 parts, but it's white over red, red over white. The reason why these things are crossing is because of cross multiplication of fractions. So when you are in this position, you have a balance of your passions. In other words, you are completely relatable to yourself, and this is shown in and up as this rod. But when you turn around, you can't see this, but this is you. So this probably polarizes on the other side. Everything flips, everything switches. So even if you turn this way, you still got all the same parts and all the same mixtures. Again, this top one and this bottom one, that makes one thing called the white flower. This top one and this bottom one, same words, that makes the red flower. But the bottom, or the denominator, we have a fraction. We got one red, one white. Oh, but at the top, we also have a fraction. We got one white, one red. Oh, but on this side, we have another fraction. One white, one red. And then same thing over here. We have the last side, which is what? One red, one white. So we got 4 different ways to show you 4 fractions. And then there's 2 ways to show you one thing, but you have to know that you are all of these things contained. So even if you got the whole world contained in this circle versus this square, the fact that they're diagonal, you can circle this square now. So you still got the whole world even if you turn around. So your answer for your question is turn around. Turn around. Do it backwards. Go in reverse. Flip-flop it. Instead of small, go big. It's telling us to polarize it. Polarize ourselves. Flip-flop it. Go hard to go soft. Going soft, go hard. Confused, don't think. Take action. So, I think this is a really good answer, even though it started off and it came out weird. Like, I was like, what? But the intuitive hit helps. So, again, instead of looking back at all of this that we're going to get with this story, we're going to take a step, and guess what? There's nothing there. There's nothing there but space. Brand new opportunity. I suppose that had crystal right there, but okay. Again, remember the star is there at the bottom, so that shows you that you're already balanced. I always like to say that the star card for me is like the sun, okay? Because the star is the sun, but the difference is you are close, and so because you're close, you're shining just like the sun would. But that shows you that you're multiple suns put together. This is the 8 of suns to me, the star card. And so that's 8 different ways, just like the 8 of wands when you take action. Those 8 different ways to take action, 8 different ways to turn around, but it's really 4 different ways because 8 divided by 2 is 4. Or you can say 8 divided by 4 is 2. Again, here's the 2 wands. So when you make this change, you're going to turn around. That's instantly going to be a stability of 4. instantly, because again, you already have all the information. You are 8 different yous personified. You're balanced, all 8 of those different points of views within this one squared space. Again, that's what I hate, bringing in the math, but I don't know why I hate that belief when it's the most universal thing and you all learned it in school. So I gotta change that. I gotta get rid of that. So the math is showing us, again, when you get into 2 cubed, instead of a square, like I said, instead of it being 4, you get into 2 cubed, that turns it into 8. So again, that 8 or that 3 of wands essentially can be created and create all these different 8 spaces. You get all of these different 8 versions of you. That is what we call 2 cubed. Again, it gives you a 3-dimensional space now. So 1, 2, 3. It's not too hard to me, but I was a teacher teaching it this way to multiple grades, whether you were first grade, all the way, well, really second, because second graders, they understand this more. First graders, it's a whole nother animal. Anyways, from second grade all the way up to fucking 12. Applying the same principles, man, because the math is there and it don't change, even beyond. So we are polarizing because we can, and when we polarize or change, we go from one spot, we know we're still contained within this whole spot. It's still us. We're more of ourselves, so we can turn around and nothing can change outside of what we see. There you go. We got the 10 of cups. So in the life purpose reading, I think y'all should go watch that. It talked about family. The things that you're looking at are the things that you created beforehand as family. Tell me more. You can turn around, and if you turn around, you'll still have a family. Look at that. You are the family. Family, like I expressed, is how connected you are. And a star is supposed to be really, really, really far away. That is a big-ass sun, but because it's even further than our sun, it just looks like a little speck of light, aka a star. So you should go check out A Star from Lloyd Strahan, because he uses numerology. He's pretty excellent. Now we got the 7 of Wands. So, again, why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. 7 ate it. It consumed it. 7 is consuming the 8. In other words, this here is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 over here, 3 over here. These are the 7 stars. Pleiades, right? Those stars, okay, are these 7 wands. But you are the 8th. And guess what? This person enacting the wand, they are the 8th. They are the star you are defending. They are the hero, in other words, right? That is what you're understanding. You're looking at how you fought and you stood out as the star of the past. But we have to understand that there's another version of that behind us. There's another version of that behind us. So your answer, again, is to turn around. Turn around. Look a different way. Do something different. Why this 7 of Wands? Why are we fixated on fighting for the family that we're individualized with? Because there is a connection of love. So maybe you're fighting to hold on to this when you shouldn't fight. Again, do the opposite right now. We're looking at polarizing it. Doing something different. Okay, what else? What's new? So this person is an ambitious person. Or maybe this is your own ambitions. Maybe these are new ventures. Absolutely. New ventures. So, it's like you have to understand that you, again, I said the star is the sun. You are this. People see you as that. People want to connect with this. But for some reason, you're looking at all of these and things in the wrong way. There's some way that you need to like polarize. Again, I'm keeping it general. I'm not giving the answer just yet because everyone has to have their own answer. So the Queen of Cups. So it's the feelings. You got to get a new emotional sense. And in the life purpose reading, I was talking about how we needed to get a new belief in the Seven of Cups. I'm about to bring out the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups, people like to read that as deception. And I don't. Well, not all the time. It's options for me. And the options for you might be good for me and bad for you. So it's not bad, it's just not preferable. When we're looking at this, okay, what Billy Carson helped me understand is that we don't have all the answers, okay? And if we don't, then we got to change that because those behaviors become beliefs. So if we don't have the answer, and if my parents don't have the answer, then that belief system changes. That belief system becomes, I'm not worthy, I can't get the help. I don't know, nobody cares about it, so why would I care about it? It's a good thing, it's a bad thing, whatever. We don't really know what the differences are. So guess what? If you never even had a chance to have that conversation, you wouldn't even know which one of these cups you felt like. So that is what I'm trying to explain. As we're going through this, we have to start to see that it's okay to begin here. This is a beginner stage. At this point, you don't know what's going on if you're starting off brand new, right? You don't know. But because you don't know, you have to go and explore. So you got to go get a few different Ace of Cups. And then eventually you're going to get to the Two of Cups, right? You take that ambition, you get to the Two of Cups. And you start exchanging it. Then you start realizing you got to fight what you've been exchanging with, aka you got to fight off your belief system upon these cups. And these cups came through actions. I took action to go get this one, versus that one. And I'm looking, and not all of them are just presented. Some of these things change you because you are looking for changes outside of you, aka some of these cups. So when you start to realize that you've already been through this and you already know who you are outside of the cup, again, here's the cup, there's the cup, you already know who you are outside of those cups, right? Now you get a chance to see what emotions you're pouring out, so it doesn't matter the cup anymore. These cups are already filled up and contained. So this might be scary to you, but for somebody else, that might be, yes, I can create spooky shit, opposed to being spooked by it. Maybe this might say, oh, I'm around some slanderous or, some sneaky, snaky people. Or you can say, oh, I'm around some very intelligent people. You got to start to see these things with multiple meanings because that is where you're going to put the value on there in accordance to your belief. So some of these things might look bad to you and some of these things might look good to others. That is the whole point of the belief system. Once you have that understanding, then you can change how you view these things. Okay. So this is why. Because this card, this is what fell. You got to know the Queen of Cups, it means that you can do anything. Any of these 10 cups, you can handle them. Notice, you got 7. And inside the 4 of cups, there's always 3 cups that you're looking at primarily. And then you're not looking at the 4th. But then in the 5 of cups, it looks like those 3 cups got knocked over, but you still had 2 more cups. So the idea is this Two of Cup, this exchange is always going to be here. And I think this Two of Cup exchange is the exchanging of you as the star. In other words, it's the 4 side with the 3 side, or the 3/4 side, or you can call it the 7 side, but you are in there too, so it's the 8 side. It's the way you can change your perception about it and still maintain your authenticity, your emotional stance, your emotional boundaries, your emotional openness, your spiritual insight. It allows you to answer all the calls possible, yet remain solely focused on what is in your cup. You're not pouring out. Again, it's overflowing. You are helping people pour into themselves. It's not even being used, but it's focused because people are experiencing your cup through you. So that is the overabundance. Again, all of these different areas, these 7 different stars, won't be anything without you as the star itself, number 8. It's getting hot. Okay. So now we got the 4 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. So we're in this 2, 4, 6, 8 vibe, but we're skipping the 6, right? Yes, that's important. That's important. It's 2, 4, 8. If you're going 2, 4, 8, you got to understand we're not doing addition or multiplication. We're doing what we call exponentials. That's a different rate. This is now going into Algebra 2, not Algebra 1. Algebra 1 is moving at a doubled rate or multiplication. We got to do that even faster now, and so we call it exponential. It's growing exponentially. So, as we're seeing these changes happen, okay, we're seeing these differences. But these differences are being declined or not. It's getting hot. So these things are being declined or not. And I say declination because guess what's at the bottom of the deck? This is the 4 of Cups. There you go. So now we can see that along with these emotions, we have these physical things that present the emotions. I always like to see the cups and the pentacles when they come out together as a cup with a cup holder. A waiter carrying a tray with the food or the drinks. So that's how I like to see these. But this is also paired with the thought. So this tells me that we are in 2 minds about 4 different presentations of these cups. In other words, if you got 4 areas of life, you got 4 emotions about that. But you got 2 emotions per each. That means you are doubling everything. But it's already a double, aka a twin or a pair. So it's quadrupling. Okay? Again, this is just algebra, college level algebra now. That's at Algebra 2. It's the end of Algebra 2, beginning of Algebra 3, aka calculus. So it's very progressive, man. It just moves on forward. And that is what I think people need to start to change. Again, if I was your teacher, you would understand this shit a lot better because we would talk about it for 9 months straight. Looking at this, again, you are denying certain things because you're not looking at certain things. If I had to give an example of Billy Carson yesterday, Billy Carson was talking about how people would even get upset by just the mention of finances. Again, that shows blockages in the spiritual community, and that shows fear in the non-spiritual. Spiritual. So, what we have to do is start to see them as the same. Again, this is an earth, this is an air. These are opposite energies. Earth signs are more feminine, or is the feminine energy swords, or the air sign is the masculine. So because we're seeing these 2 things, they are in balance. That is a good thing. But because of what we're seeing, we are not making moves on certain things because we don't want to move. We don't want to move. That's the whole point. That's what this is saying. You're looking at things and you're looking at maybe your non-movement. Why am I stuck? Because you don't have the right emotion. The cups that you have aren't getting these things going. But the cups that you have aren't changing how you think about these things, whether they're getting going or not. So it's like we're looking, our answer is to pivot, right? So what is the non-answer? How come I can't move? What's the question? The non-answer is the question or the problem. If I had a solution, then the solution has a problem or an equation attached to it. But again, I'm speaking to y'all. So it sounds convoluted, but the math ain't. The math will always math. That's why I use the math. So you can't say I'm wrong. You just got to say, I don't understand the English. Well, let me talk to you with math class. Oh, I don't understand the math. Let's jump into science class then. Oh, science is hard for me. Let's jump into history. Let's jump into economics. Let's jump into governance. Let's jump into civics. We can change the topic and we can still teach the same lesson. And that's why I wish I would have been your teacher. Because again, I would have forced you to practice that skill. So now you have to practice that skill now. So let's see what more can we do with these questions of why can't I move? I can see my greatness. I can be because you're resting. Again, but why are you resting again? That's another 4. Oh, you're resting so you can go and be free. So your freedom or your new start or your new spark is predicated upon what? Resting on what? Again, we just had the 4 cups. Then we have the 4 of pentacles with the 8. Here's now the 4 swords. More balanced energy, but now it's at half the rate. Again, or you can say it's 2 cards or it's double the number of cards, which still equals 8. This math shit is mathing. I'm trying to tell y'all. Again, this is what real balance is. This is the star energy right now coming out. You're seeing it. Why? Because it's taking 4 and turning it into another number called 8. And this is, again, it's taking 4 things and turning it into 8. But it's doing it as the 7th. Again, it's so weird, but this is not if you understand the math. And the math says that things grow and change. How do you grow and change depends on your grade level. Again, elementary school kids, they grow and change by what we call arithmetic. Middle school kids grow and change by algebra. And then high school kids, they grow by calculus. It is simple. But it's not simple if the things that, again, stop you from moving are the things that you don't even want to look at. You're just resting at them. Then when you ask the question and you get the answer of turn to the other side, you don't know where to turn to. Should I turn this way or should I turn that way? All of these swords keep you stuck. But notice, let's pay attention again to all of these 4 cards. Okay, let me go back to the other 4 card. In the 4 cups, you got your focus. This shit is pissing me off. Nope, I need to go that way. So, the 4 cups. Notice, we are focused on 4 of these cups. Or excuse me, 3 of these cups. And then there's something outside of us. I got 3 of these pentacles. Okay. I got 3 of these pentacles. Damn, phone hot. Got 3 of these pentacles. And 3 of them is wrapped up in me, or I'm focused on these 3. You can't get these 2. I'm holding on this one. But then I got another one outside of me. It looks like I'm trying to put to rest these 3 thoughts. Again, I'm focused on these. I'm brandishing and shining these 3 thoughts or stories. But there's one